In today's video, I'm going to explain to you how much you need to make in order to live comfortably in Irvine, California. Yo, so what's going on, everybody? My name is Alex Hayden. I'm a local real estate agent operating out of Orange County, specifically in Irvine, California. So this video is a video I wanted to make based on a lot of comments that I've been getting based on the content that I'm producing, which is, yo, Irvine looks great. The scenery is incredible. The food places you talk about seem amazing. How much does it cost to live in Irvine? So I'll put this video together to detail exactly what you should be making in order to live out here. Now, I recently put a video out on my YouTube channel giving you the pros and cons of living in Irvine, and I'll put a card at the top detailing those pros and cons. But one of the cons on that list was how extremely expensive it is to live in Irvine. And I wanna dive deep into what the average living expense looks like in Irvine from a rental perspective. Also, we're gonna look at it from a home ownership perspective. All right, so to own a house out here in Irvine, the median home sold price in this area is around $1.3 million. Now, if we take the average interest rates that we're seeing in today's market, mid-November 2022, you're looking at a house payment of around $8,500. So what kind of income do you have to have in order to afford an $8,500 mortgage payment? So I did the research for you. I reached out to my lender buddy for you, and he crunched the numbers, and this is what we came up with. In order to live comfortably in Irvine, you have to be making around $18,000 a month. Now, a lot of people are gonna hear that number and say, oh my gosh, who is making $18,000 a month? And you would be surprised. In 22 alone, we've seen an increase of about 24% in multimillionaires. Right now in America, for the first time ever, 1% of Americans are considered millionaires. Now, a lot of people have increased their net worth. A lot of people have increased their monthly income from the pandemic. There was a lot of opportunity for people to make a ton of money, specifically in the entrepreneurial space. And I'm going to make a video here soon detailing what kind of loan somebody who is self-employed or a business owner, what kind of loan would probably work best for you. All right, so we understand you have to be bringing in about $18,000. What does that look like? Now, this $18,000 is contingent upon you having no debt. So if you have debt, then that $18,000 would have to fluctuate, because with a jumbo loan, which is the loan you would have to acquire in Irvine, because it's $1.3 million, with a jumbo loan, your DTI that they would typically allow is anywhere between 45 and 50%. Now, as long as you're within that 45 to 50% DTI ratio, then you're golden and you can go ahead and get a jumbo loan out here. Now, let's talk about the rental aspect here in Irvine. Now, with these apartments, your average rent in Irvine is gonna be around $3,200. The median household income is around $108,000. So a lot of people who have the $108,000 income salary, you are able to basically live in an apartment, but the apartments out here are incredibly nice. All right, so now we have an understanding of what you have to bring in on a monthly basis. Your annual salary, your annual household income should be around $215,000 if you want to live comfortably in Irvine, California. And I have to say, it's definitely worth it, because the value that you're getting in the safety of Irvine, the value that you're getting in the amount of things and amenities that Irvine has to offer, that's definitely not going away. And if you are a buyer who is qualified to live in Irvine and you're worried about the interest rate, think of it like this, right? Right now, you can get locked in at around a 7% interest rate. In 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years even. If you start thinking macro, there are two things I want you to understand. One, in 5 years, you'll have a ton of appreciation. In 10 years, you'll have a ton of appreciation. The second thing I want you to understand is once you have a lot of equity in your house based on the appreciation, you should think about when the interest rates come down. Then you can refinance at a lower rate. Now you are paying significantly less, especially out in a place like Irvine. You're paying probably a few $1,000s less in a mortgage. But the one thing that I tell buyers when they're thinking about buying but they're worried about the interest rate is, if you can afford it, go ahead and acquire the property, because you don't want to wait and miss out on 5 years of appreciation, 10 years of appreciation. I guarantee you we're gonna see the market take a little bit of a hit, but overall, if you're looking at the macro, home prices increase in value, and that's what people need to be paying attention to, not necessarily the interest rate. That's all I have for y'all today. If there are other parts of Orange County or Southern California in particular that you want me to do an analysis on in regards to what you need to make in order to live in each part of Southern California, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. And if you think Irvine is overpriced, also leave a comment, let me know. I doubt anybody's gonna say that, because if you come to Irvine, you understand why it is so incredibly valuable. With that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.